Can you talk about, Hunter's performance tonight in this past couple games and what he's meant to you guys so far?
He's been a ton to us. His energy is brilliant. The defensive end has been spectacular. And I really think after that Xavier game, we've really seen him pick up a confidence. Obviously, he hit a big 3 tonight. But the way he's getting through ball screens, the way he's making plays in the gaps, he had the big block on the breakaway today. I think that's multiple good games he's strung together, and that's what we expect out of him. We expect him to kind of be our defensive stopper. I think he's a little bit of an underrated passer, and I think we saw that tonight probably in the first half. But he's earned these minutes, and he's earned them in crunch time. And obviously, I think Kent State and UW are prime examples.
Brian, with Julian leading you guys in rebounds tonight, just what has that been kind of a focal point of him crashing the boards a little bit more this year, and how has he been able to up his rebounding game, especially this season?
It's definitely something we've talked a lot about. With that being said, he's a pretty good natural rebounder. Obviously, he's springy. He's got a great nose for the ball. But it's something that we've talked a lot about. I thought at points he rebounded well last year, but he also had Chet in there, so there wasn't going to be a lot to go around. So we've talked about that. And then we played some really good rebounding teams too, where we've had to do some interesting things with our bigs, maybe just getting their guys out of there. And Julian coming in, and he's been really good flying in there. But obviously, really important one tonight. I thought that putback was kind of broke it and gave us some big momentum in the second half.
Efton got an early shift for you guys tonight and really kind of produced in his few minutes. What have you seen from his development in the system, and what did he give you guys tonight too?
I told him how proud I was of him. His development behind the scenes has been really good. He's been going to work and practice. He's been scoring. He's been doing some really good things. And this week with the zone and kind of how they position, we thought that there would be a role for him, and we had to get Drew break. Ton had 2 fouls, so he got his number called, and he really delivered. And that's hard because obviously his minutes have been minimal or inconsistent here lately. And for him to come in and hit the hook, he had the huge putback. He really delivered. It was a really good night for Efton, and I'm proud of him because he had to be ready when his number was called, and he was.
Defense on Brooks tonight. What did you make of that? I know he got off at the end, but not when it was on.
Fantastic. That was a huge key for us coming into the game. I think Anton Watson deserves a ton of credit for that. I know his numbers aren't always eye-popping, but you go through who Anton's guarded. He's literally guarded everyone 1 through 5 this year. He had those early fouls, but I thought he did a good job, but it wasn't him alone. We talked about our help side defense, and I thought we had some really good help side plays on him. Rajir's come to mind on some good help sides, and then Ben and Drew took shots at it too and did a good job. So I thought for the most part we really limited him, and I thought that was a huge key because obviously he's a special player, and statistically he's their leader.
Coach, even with the early turnover issue, you guys only allowed 11 points off those turnovers. Is that hustling back, or what all goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of those were dead ball turnovers, which helps. That's important to limit it. I thought we got back okay in transition early. Hunter's block I spoke about earlier was incredible in transition. But yeah, we did have some early turnovers. The thing I liked about that, you mentioned, whatever, they had 11 points or whatever it might be. We didn't let our offensive issues impact our defensive issues, and that's important for any group. But I think earlier in this year there were some times where our offensive execution impacted us defensively, and that didn't happen tonight. That first half was really good defensively, and analytically one of our better halves.
Drew's ability to draw fouls keeps changing games, every game it seems like. Particularly in that first half, how did that influence what you guys did the rest of that?
It's huge. I mean, we take that kid for granted. He had 22 and 7 again, but I talk about it, people are probably sick of hearing about it, 9 drawn fouls. And May is a legit shot blocker. He's a big kid in the middle of that zone, and he changes it. And Drew came in and picked up those fouls. Maybe weren't scoring, but that sent him to the bench. Then Grant got a couple, and then they had to put Brooks in there. And I thought that was part of what helped us on Brooks is he had 3 fouls in the first half. So again, Drew's production, you look at that stat line, it's out of this world. But his ability to draw fouls is like nothing I've ever been around. And it's a big part of our offense.
What about his defense? He had 4 steals in the first half. I think that tied a career high. And does he do that pretty often in practice? And what does it do for you guys when he's playing that well on that end of the floor?
Huge for us. I think quietly, because his offensive production is so spectacular and his rebounding has been really good this year. I think his defense starting with the Xavier game has been really good, and it obviously just makes us better as a unit. When you have him out there, he's active. He's been getting his hands on a ton of balls. He has good hands, so he can get out in those lanes. But the other thing I think that was big with that is he got those early. That's part of how we got a foul on Mayo, was on that break, and we were struggling offensively, so we had to get some stops, and he really flew around. So the last 3 or 4 games have been a really nice uptick for him defensively, and obviously the steals tonight was really important.
Quick scouting report on Northern Illinois. What do you see from them, and what kind of challenges will they pose for you guys on Monday?
Yeah, they're got some really, really aggressive, quick guards. Again, I feel like there's been some themes to this year. And obviously, Baylor had that, Kent State had that, but they got some guards that can really, really shoot the ball. That's how they get you spread out, and then they have an ability to take you off the bounce. They play a really, really deep rotation, so we're gonna have to be really dialed into personnel and what they're doing. And then defensively, they mixed it up, but they've had long stretches of pressure and picking up full court. So obviously we're gonna have to handle the ball in the full court and take great care of it. But we got to get these guys some rest here before Monday. But this stretch just keeps coming, and that's another really important one for us.
Any more, Coach?